Hi, my name is Michael Morrell. I'm the CEO of Freedom Denim. I'm here today to just teach you a little bit about denim and all the great nuances it has. We get the product in a bale. A bale is 500 pounds of cotton. It's upland cotton, as we've spoken about. Average micronair, average staple length. We get it ginned. Thank you, Eli Whitney. What it looks like, ginned, is much like this. The seed has been removed. The trash and the motes of the cotton and the vegetative material are still in the cotton. And there's no uniformity to the cotton fiber at all. It's all knotted up and wrapped around each other. And with that, you really can't do anything. So the very, very first process is to card that cotton fiber. And by carding that cotton fiber, basically it's a very large piece of equipment that combs that fiber and aligns that fiber straight. And out of that cotton gin comes a carded web. And from that carded web, which you can see out of this carded web, all of the vegetative material has been removed. Out of this web comes a carded sliver. This is a carded sliver. As you can see, now all of our fibers are aligned. However, they're all straight and there's no strength to it. And we turn this yarn, and as we turn it, those fibers start to wrap around each other. And as they do, they create friction between it, which creates strength. So I'm just going to give you a quick little example of doing that. Janice, if you could come here for a second. So, as we've established, this is aligned, there's no strength. So if you could hold that in, please. As I start to twist this sliver, these fibers start to touch each other. And within doing that, hold tight, we impart a lot of strength. This sliver has about 1 turn per length of foot. We need to take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down. So we're going to draw it out, twist it, and make the yarn smaller as we're drawing it out. This is the next process. This is called roving. You can see the length is different. The size and diameter is getting smaller. The twist is getting greater in it. This is 32 turns per 1 foot. Remember, our sliver was 1 turn per foot. We're drawing out the length, making the diameter smaller and smaller as we're drawing it out. Still, again, we're still pretty weak, but stronger than the original carded sliver. So now we're down to a yarn. We've turned it, drawn the yarn out, turned it and drawn it out, and we've come down to a size that we want. So this particular size is an 8 singles with a slub, and we'll go into slubs later. Now this is 36 turns per inch of length. We've picked up strength, and we've gotten our size to exactly where we need it to be able to manufacture cloth with it. And that cloth is denim. There are multiple other fibers that go into the usage in denim. At Freedom Denim, we intimately blend them. That is the Lamborghini way of making the yarn. Just a few fibers that we use: tencel, rayon, viscose, polyesters, for a multitude of reasons. Tencel is actually a cellulosic fiber. Even though it's man-made, it's made from plants. It comes from wood chips, then becomes a pulp, then becomes an actual fiber. We spin it into a sliver, just like we did the cotton. Then we draw them together into one single yarn in different percentages based on the need and the desire aesthetically and performance-wise in the fabric. This is an example of raw viscose. It's got a shine to it, there's luster to it. The shape of the fiber is completely round. Where cotton, if you cut cotton in half, cotton kind of looks like a kidney bean. It doesn't reflect light. This reflects light. Viscose will reflect light. Polyester will reflect light. We add it in. This fiber is much more supple than cotton. So you can pick up drape, you pick up fluidity, softness in hand and body, and the way that we wear it. This is another example of a lyocell. Lyocell is even softer than viscose. Lyocell does something very, very special. Lyocell does a process called fibrillation. And fibrillation is where little hairs break off the edge of the fiber. You end up getting almost this peach skin kind of feel to the face of the yarn, to the face of the fabric. So imagine that suppleness against your skin. And these are different attributes that we can add in that really make a huge difference in the way the human feels and wears the product and its wearability. This is an example of polyester. Clean, white, it's strong, extremely strong. We blend this in with cotton at different percentages to be able to get strength, durability, wash durability, so you don't lose strength and tenacity as we go through multiple home launderings and multiple wears of the product. I wanted to go a little bit further into elastic fibers because we know we like comfort. Comfort's nice. So in denim, we use a lot of spandex, or in the case of Freedom Denim, it's branded spandex, which is Lycra. Lycra and elastic fibers are defined by denier. The higher the number, the larger the diameter of the fiber. In this case, this is a 350 denier spandex. Now, spandex is extremely elastic. It's almost 1,000% its original length in regards to what it can stretch. This is a 70. You can see it's getting even finer and finer and finer. We put these fibers into the core of the yarn, and on the outside, we wrap it with cotton, or cotton and lyocell, or cotton and rayon, or cotton and polyester. And that external wrapping is called a sheath. I'd like to show you an example of an elastic yarn wrapped in cotton in an actual blue jean. So, not sure if we can see this, but I'm untwisting this yarn to show the core elastic fiber in the very center of it. You see there? This is a 40s denier. This is probably one of the more common elastic lycras that is used in size. But you can see how small it is. Dual Effects is a yarn that was manufactured in the efforts to replicate a spider web. We can send a man to the moon and we can create artificial intelligence, but we have not been able to, with all the science we have and all the engineering we have, been able to replicate a spider silk. A spider silk is extremely strong and highly elastic. So we can make Kevlar, it can stop a bullet, but it does not stretch at all. We can make spandex, which elongates 1,000% its original length, but is not very strong. So Lycra Corporation invented a yarn mechanics or an engineering called Dual Effects. And in Dual Effects, we run down T400. T400 is a slightly elastic polyester. We do it as a single fiber down the center of the yarn. Then around that, we wrap a helix of Lycra. Then around those two, we wrap all the cotton and lyocell or the cotton polyester, whatever the sheath will have around all of that. And that strength of the T400 plus the elongation of the Lycra give us the attributes of a spider silk. It's highly elastic, it has great recovery, it has great durability for washing, and it has great strength on top of being chemical resistant. Now we go back to the essence of what denim was made for, durability. Now we can just take that durability and pull it into fashion and functionality in a way that denim never had before.